Men don't support women. We don't support each other the way we really should, because if hey guys, hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Women did, like, we would be so powerful and we could take over the world. Okay, the reason I say this is there was a video that is going viral right now of this group of women in Africa that started marching on the streets, pretty much saying no Ashawo, no Ashawo. Ashawo is pretty much a prostitute. They're going around and pretty much trying to do everything to show the women that are doing this type of work pretty much that they disagree with them and kind of like wishing the worst for them. And you ask yourself, why is that your business? What another woman is doing with her body, what they're doing on the street. It's one thing to be like, oh, you give them condoms, you make sure that you can show them where to go get tested, and making sure that you know, when they're doing that they're protecting themselves, that they're not getting, you know, sick and all that stuff and dying, you know, it's one thing. But to straight up go and be like, I'm against this, I'm against this. There's been many different times where you've seen other women straight up not supporting each other. And I've seen the videos where, you know, a woman finds out her man is cheating and they go attack the woman. They start fighting on the street or fighting this, you that, you be. And it's like, but you're not attacking the man. It doesn't matter what the woman does. If your man is out there and he willingly went out there to be with somebody like a prostitute, you got to worry about him. It's not the woman. Growing up in Africa, there's certain cultural practices, for example, and even in Mexico too, because we had a neighbor that we saw the grandma doing this. When the grandpa of this kid's passed, she was wearing black all year because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be sad for a whole year. No music, nothing fun. In African countries, there's also certain practices where you're not allowed you're supposed to mourn for sometimes years. And these practices, a lot of them are being pushed by other women. You can say, you know, there's men out there that are dangerous and are a threat to women, but then also there's other women that are really pushing a lot of the things that are going on. They're pushing it. One of my the one that's funny to me is this whole thing where a lot of women, especially like in African culture, you know, I saw it, women that are walking around with trauma, trying to convince younger women kind of to do the same. It's, oh, don't walk away from your marriage if your marriage doesn't make you happy. Don't walk away from your marriage if you know, you're not satisfied in some way. You know, stay with it and stick with it. You know, pray through it, fast through it, even if the thing is causing you, your mental health and physical health is at risk. They say it's for life, you need to stay. And you're like, oh, go to church and go talk to God about it, which is great, nothing wrong, because God is amazing. You pray to God. But there's women that are literally encouraging women to stay in situations that are no longer serving them, situations that are horrible, that can put their life at risk. And it's because they did the same thing. So it's okay to encourage young girls, oh, how dare you actually go after who you want? How dare you get educated first and make sure that your financial standing is good before you get involved? They push women to go ahead and go get married, even though they know what that comes with it sometimes. They don't want to encourage these women to find themselves first. You know what I mean? They're pushing it so much, get married, when they know a lot of them dealt with so much crap, and it's almost like they want some of these young girls to end up in the same situation. A person that's fully healed will never encourage somebody to go in a situation that could possibly be bad for them. If a woman comes up to you and tells you, this and this is happening in my marriage, I'm not doing well, you don't kind of go, well, go talk to him about it, go to the pastor, go this. You'll be concerned and be like, oh my gosh, what's going on, what's happening? And trying to find ways to try to help, instead of just saying, oh, stay, you know, it's for life, stay. It's really concerning. So at the end of the day, I'm like, when you see that video, these are a good example of women that are not minding their business. They're minding everybody else's business. There was a video that went viral of this woman pastor that was preaching how women, if your man's thing is not working or things are not going well for him, you know, in the bedroom, you have to figure out things to do pretty much, and to stay with him and figure out how to fix it. And I'm just like, why would you encourage somebody to fix a problem that the person doesn't even want to deal with to begin with? If somebody does not want to go see a doctor, to fix a problem that they have. Why are you pushing that on a woman? So these were groups of women, groups that are getting together, and they have these conferences encouraging women, oh, even if he has ED or whatever, just figure it out, work with him. You know, it's you, the woman, that holds everything together. You have to make it work. Instead of saying, you know, oh, your man maybe needs to get checked and go to the doctors and figure out what's the issue. Because, for example, you have certain conditions that can cause that. To figure out what is the issue that's causing that. Instead of pushing, stay with them. You're the problem. Work it out. And it's a lot of women that are saying that. It's not men. It's the women. So I really agreed when I was watching on TV about, in general, it is how she was saying it's exhausting to be, when women are not supporting each other to begin with, to be out here saying that some men are the problem. And she even mentioned, like, when you see a lot of the women on social media, they're like, I hate men, I hate men. A lot of them hate men because it's a group of them that have gotten together and said they hate men based on trauma that they dealt with. So they're encouraging other people to also hate men. You know, I never want you guys to get the impression that when I talk about issues dealing with men, it's not that I hate men. I don't hate men. I love, you know what I mean? I'm married. I love my husband and stuff like that. Like, I don't hate that. I have a son and I hope that he grows up to be an amazing guy. I don't hate that. I just, it bothers me, some things that we know some men do. So I want to say some men are the issue, but women are also the issue, because if you're not supporting each other to begin with, to be not pushing marriages that don't work, you know, that are just really bad, to when a woman is, you know, trying to do the best she can to parent a child, there's a woman telling you you're doing it all wrong, you need to do this. Some of these, like in-laws, are horrible. They're pushing so many, you know, you're not, this is not how I did it, this is how you should do it, instead of just being like, I'm so proud of you, you're doing the best you can, you know, the best you can, and not judging. Like my mom-in-law is very wonderful like that. She's never made me feel like, well, you know, you're not doing this with your kid, you know what I mean? If anything, she just was helpful. So we have a problem in general. And I totally agree with Auntie B. I'll leave her video down below. And she was just like, it's exhausting when you have women that are, instead of worrying about what the heck is your man doing with the side chick, you're over here going to march and say, oh, they need to get this showers off the street. They're the problem. They're the problem, but some of your husbands are keeping them in business. What about that? You know, like, why are you pushing, you know, marriages that cause trauma? Like, if your daughter, I had a classmate where the mom constantly was reminding her, oh, look at your friends, they're all getting married, you're getting married, why are you not getting married? Like, you need to be out there and meet somebody. I'm like, maybe she tried and it's not happening. What is the rush? Why are you pushing that on her? I never want to make somebody feel that way. Like, oh my God, you got to go out there and get married. Oh my gosh. Like, you need to do this and do that, you know, as a woman, because that's none of my business and that's not my place. Because I want people to be happy. I want people to live their best lives. And I would never be out here really caring what the heck somebody's doing, you know. There's a lot of showers in my street area. I see them passing, walking, and I look, and I don't really have anything to say about it anymore, because what somebody chooses to do with their life, that's on them. Now, I know there's women that are being pressured into certain things. I understand that. But in general, at the end of the day, somebody makes a decision and they're doing what they want to do. Don't worry about it. If anything, you could be like, I hope you're safe and you're protecting yourself and things like that. But it's not your business to take your time to go march against the street and be like, oh, I'm against women, this and this, or this thing about, you know, the ones that are not married and blah, this is married. At the end of the day, if we just got all together and we'll be such a powerful team, is my whole message. And I think it's so true that in some ways women are not supporting each other, and that's one of the issues that's going on. It's this back and forth, you know, and I just totally agreed with it.